The sun hung low over the endless desert, painting the golden sand in deep orange and red shades. Aaron wiped sweat from his forehead and adjusted his wide-brimmed hat. For weeks he had led a small team of archaeologists searching for traces of forgotten civilizations buried under Egypt's vast sands. Every day had been long and tiring, yet today felt different. There was a strange energy in the air, almost like the desert itself was watching. Aaron knelt beside a strange pattern in the sand, where the surface seemed to ripple unnaturally. He gestured for Mina, his assistant, to come closer. Mina's dark eyes widened as she saw the unusual markings. "These aren't natural," she said, her voice full of excitement. "Look at the alignment. It's precise. Someone made this long ago." Aaron nodded. "I agree. And it could be more than just a marker. The scan showed energy readings beneath this spot. We need to dig carefully." The team set to work, shovels cutting through the warm sand. Slowly, a massive stone door began to appear, rising from the desert as if it had waited thousands of years to be found. Intricate hieroglyphs were carved into the surface, telling stories of a pharaoh who had ruled a long time ago. But some of the symbols looked strange, different from any Aaron had seen in his studies. As the team examined the door, Aaron traced the carvings with his fingers. "These symbols are warnings," he said. "They talk about a powerful force protected by the pharaoh. Whoever enters must be ready to face it." Mina tilted her head. "Do you think this is real? Could it really be a tomb hidden for 3,000 years? Aaron smiled, though unease lingered in his chest. "If it is, it's the most important discovery of our time. We have to be careful, but we cannot ignore this." The sun dipped lower, casting long shadows across the desert. The team worked together, clearing sand and dust from the stone surface. They used brushes to avoid damaging the carvings, and the air was filled with the soft sound of brushing and the distant wind. Slowly, the full door revealed itself, larger than any entrance Aaron had ever seen. It seemed almost alive, as though it held secrets that refused to be revealed easily. Aaron turned to his team. "Tomorrow we will try to open it. But tonight we camp nearby. The desert is beautiful, but it is also dangerous after dark." That night, under a sky filled with countless stars, Aaron could not sleep. He kept thinking about the tomb and what it might hold. The hieroglyphs had suggested more than treasure. They hinted at knowledge, secrets from a time when humans had built wonders that modern science could barely imagine. He wondered if they were ready to face what lay beneath the sands. The next morning, the team gathered around the stone door. Mina carefully examined the surface, looking for mechanisms or hidden buttons. She pressed her hands against one of the carvings, and to their astonishment, a soft light glowed from the stone. The hieroglyphs seemed to shift, rearranging themselves as if the door was alive. Aaron's heart raced. "The tomb. It responds to us," he whispered. "This is not ordinary. The pharaoh must have designed it to protect something very important." With great effort, the team managed to push the heavy door open. A deep, cool darkness greeted them inside, and the faint smell of ancient stone filled the air. Aaron switched on his flashlight, revealing walls covered in golden murals and paintings that seemed untouched by time. Figures of the pharaoh and his guardians looked back at them, their painted eyes filled with wisdom and authority. Mina stepped forward, her voice trembling with excitement. "It's incredible. These murals, they are perfect. No one has been here for thousands of years." As they moved deeper into the tomb, Aaron felt a strange vibration under his feet. The walls seemed to hum softly as if the tomb itself were alive. It was both beautiful and frightening. Every corner held more carvings and symbols, telling stories of the pharaoh's life, his reign, and the knowledge he had gathered. Suddenly, Mina stopped. Her hand hovered over a glowing pattern on the floor. "Aaron, look at this," she said. "It's some kind of symbol. And it's glowing." Aaron leaned closer. "It might be a warning or a key. We need to understand it before we proceed." The team paused, realizing that their journey had only just begun. Beneath the sands of Egypt, hidden for 3,000 years, the lost pharaoh's tomb was waiting. And Aaron understood one thing clearly. This tomb was more than a resting place. It held secrets that could change humanity forever. With a deep breath, he led his team further into the darkness, ready to uncover the mysteries that had slept undisturbed for millennia. The desert winds outside howled softly, as if whispering a warning, but Aaron's determination was stronger than fear. This was the moment they had been waiting for, and nothing could turn them back. Aaron led his team deeper into the tomb, the walls glowing softly with golden light. The air was cool and still, carrying a faint scent of old stone and something else, something unexplainable. Every step echoed in the silent corridors, and the excitement mixed with tension grew stronger. The tomb felt alive, as if it were watching them. Mina's flashlight flickered over the carvings on the walls. They told stories of battles, celebrations, and knowledge that humans had almost forgotten. Aaron stopped to study a scene of the Pharaoh standing with strange devices that seemed like machines, far beyond the time they were built. "These are not ordinary tools," he whispered. He must have known things that we are only discovering now. As they walked, Aaron noticed that the glowing symbols on the walls began to move slightly, almost like they were guiding the team forward. Mina's eyes widened. "It's as if the tomb wants us to go somewhere," she said. They entered a large chamber, its ceiling high and decorated with detailed murals of stars and planets. In the center of the room was a pedestal with a small glowing cube resting on it. Aaron approached it carefully. The cube pulsed gently, and as he reached out, a holographic image sprang from it. The air shimmered, forming a figure of the Pharaoh himself, dressed in golden robes, speaking in a language they could somehow understand. "Who are you?" Mina asked, stepping closer, her voice full of awe. The Pharaoh's hologram spoke calmly. "I am Pharaoh Kanari, who ruled this land 3,000 years ago. I foresaw the future of humanity. I created this place to preserve knowledge and wisdom for those who are brave and pure of heart. You have awakened the guardians. Only those with respect for life may pass further." The team exchanged astonished glances. Guardians? Knowledge? The tomb was not just a resting place. It was a living archive. Aaron felt a thrill of discovery mixed with caution. "What do we need to do?" he asked. The hologram's light shifted to the cube on the pedestal. "This artifact will respond to your intentions. You must show courage, wisdom, and respect. Only then will the tomb reveal its deepest secrets." Mina stepped forward, her hands trembling as she reached for the cube. The moment her fingers touched it, the cube's light expanded, filling the room with warm golden energy. Suddenly, the walls projected images of the Pharaoh's life and achievements. Mina gasped, seeing visions of cities built with advanced designs and people working together peacefully. The tomb was teaching them lessons, and it was clear that knowledge and morality were linked. Aaron studied the murals carefully. "The Pharaoh wanted more than wealth," he said. "He wanted humanity to learn and grow. This is why he protected it with challenges. He wanted the future to be guided by the right choices." As they explored, a low rumble echoed through the chamber. Tiny stone mechanisms moved, revealing hidden doors leading deeper into the tomb. Mina looked at Aaron. "It's opening by itself. I think it recognizes us." They stepped cautiously through the newly revealed doorway. This chamber was narrower, with walls covered in strange symbols that pulsed softly like a heartbeat. Aaron could feel the energy of the tomb reacting to their presence. It was almost alive. Mina traced the symbols with her fingers. "These are instructions," she said. "The Pharaoh left guidance for us like a map to his most important treasures." Suddenly, one of the floor tiles shifted under Aaron's foot. A section of the wall slid open, revealing a smaller room filled with tools and objects unlike anything they had seen. Some objects glowed while others appeared mechanical, but they did not match any known human design. Aaron's eyes widened. "These could change the way we understand science," he said quietly. "The Pharaoh created technology that is centuries ahead of us." The team realized that the tomb was more than a historical site. It was a bridge between the past and the future, a place where human ingenuity was preserved for those who could respect it. They moved carefully, studying each artifact and reading the glowing inscriptions. The tomb seemed to test their intentions, rewarding caution, respect, and cooperation. Mina picked up a small, shining device. It responded to her touch, projecting light patterns on the wall. She laughed softly in amazement. "It's alive in a way. It knows we are not here to steal, but to learn." Aaron smiled, feeling a deep respect for the Pharaoh and the tomb he had built. This journey was just beginning, but already they had learned lessons that went beyond history books. The tomb was a place of wonder, a reminder that humans had the power to create greatness when knowledge, courage, and morality were combined. As they left the chamber, the walls behind them shimmered and sealed. The tomb seemed to settle, waiting for the next step in their journey. Aaron and Mina exchanged determined looks. They knew that the path ahead would be filled with challenges, but they were ready. The lost Pharaoh's tomb, hidden for 3,000 years, was revealing its secrets, and they would be the ones to uncover them. The desert sun outside burned brightly, but inside the tomb, the light of ancient knowledge guided them deeper, promising discoveries that could change humanity forever. Aaron led the team down a narrow corridor, the walls glowing with a soft golden light that pulsed like a heartbeat. Every step they took echoed through the tomb, reminding them that this place had been undisturbed for 3,000 years. The artifacts and inscriptions they had seen so far hinted at knowledge far beyond their understanding. But Aaron could feel that the tomb still held deeper secrets, waiting to be revealed. Mina moved carefully beside him, her hands brushing lightly over the walls. "The symbols keep changing," she said. "It's like the tomb is alive, guiding us." Aaron nodded. The Pharaoh must have designed it this way. He wanted only those who are worthy to reach the heart of his tomb. They entered a larger chamber, circular in shape, with walls covered in intricate patterns that shimmered under their lights. At the center was a pedestal holding a glowing artifact. It was shaped like a small sphere, smooth and metallic, and it emitted a warm, steady light. When Aaron approached it, the air around the artifact seemed to vibrate slightly, as if sensing his presence. "This is different from the cube we saw earlier," Aaron said quietly. "It feels alive." Mina stepped closer and reached out. The moment her fingers touched the sphere, a holographic projection appeared in the air above it. It showed the Pharaoh standing in a grand hall, speaking words that echoed in their minds. "Greetings, seekers of knowledge," the Pharaoh said. "You have proven courage and respect. You are ready to learn the truths that time has hidden. The artifacts you see are keys to wisdom. Use them with care and understanding." The team watched in awe. The hologram shifted, displaying images of machines and devices that were centuries ahead of modern technology. Some appeared to control energy, while others could store vast amounts of information. It was clear that the Pharaoh had discovered ways to harness the natural forces of the world in ways that humans today were only beginning to understand. Aaron spoke slowly, trying to absorb the information. "This is not just history. This is a blueprint for the future. If we study it carefully, it could change everything we know about science and technology." Mina's eyes shone with excitement. And it all started right here with the Pharaoh. He wanted humanity to have these tools when the time was right. As they explored the chamber, the floor beneath them began to shift. Hidden panels opened, revealing a pathway descending even deeper into the tomb. The walls were covered with more inscriptions describing tests and challenges. Each test required intelligence, teamwork, and moral judgment. The tomb was not just a resting place. It was a living lesson, designed to guide humans to grow beyond their limits. Aaron studied the inscriptions carefully. The Pharaoh wanted to make sure that only those who were ready for knowledge would receive it. "We have to think, not just act. Every decision matters here." The team moved forward cautiously, following the glowing pathway. The chamber opened into another large room filled with mechanical devices, some moving slowly as if powered by an unseen force. Mina reached out to a device shaped like a small wheel. It turned easily in her hands and projected patterns of light onto the walls. "Look at this," Mina said. "It responds to thought, not touch." The Pharaoh made these devices to interact with humans in a special way. Aaron nodded, feeling a mix of wonder and responsibility. This is why the tomb was hidden. If this technology fell into the wrong hands, it could be dangerous. The Pharaoh trusted only those who could respect it. Suddenly, a low rumble filled the chamber. The walls shimmered, and a section of the floor rose slowly, revealing a hidden passage. Aaron realized the tomb was testing them again, rewarding their understanding and caution. He turned to Mina. "We must continue. The tomb is leading us to the most important secrets." They descended into the passage, which led to a smaller chamber. Here the air felt charged, and the walls glowed with golden symbols that seemed to move with purpose. In the center, another pedestal held a device unlike any they had seen. It was a thin, flat object almost like a tablet, but it emitted soft light and responded to their presence. Mina reached out, and the device activated. Holographic images of stars and planets filled the room, along with symbols that pulsed in rhythm with their heartbeat. "It's a map," Mina whispered. "A map of the stars and the universe." Aaron studied it closely. The Pharaoh wanted us to see beyond Earth. He wanted humans to explore, to grow, and to learn from the universe itself. This is more than technology. It's a vision. As they examined the device, the tomb seemed to respond to their curiosity. The walls glowed brighter, and the air hummed softly as if the pharaoh's presence was near. Aaron felt a deep respect for the ancient ruler, who had thought so far ahead. "This journey is not just about discovery," Aaron said quietly. "It's about responsibility. The knowledge here can guide humanity, but only if we use it wisely." Mina nodded, her eyes reflecting the golden light. "We are ready. We will honor the pharaoh's vision." The team paused for a moment, taking in the chamber, the devices, and the glowing inscriptions. They knew that the challenges ahead would test their courage, intelligence, and morality even more. The tomb was alive, and it had more lessons to teach. Aaron took a deep breath. "Let's continue. The heart of the tomb is ahead, and we must be ready for whatever it reveals." With determination, they stepped forward into the glowing passage, unaware of the trials and wonders that awaited them deeper in the lost pharaoh's tomb, hidden for 3,000 years beneath the sands of Egypt. The corridor led them into a vast chamber unlike any they had seen before. The ceiling soared high above, covered in golden murals that glimmered in the soft light. Aaron stopped to study the paintings, noticing images of humans working together with strange machines, harnessing energy from the sun and stars. "The pharaoh wanted more than protection," he whispered. "He wanted humans to learn and to grow." Mina ran her fingers over the smooth walls, tracing patterns that pulsed faintly with light. "It feels alive," she said. "It's like the tomb recognizes our presence." In the center of the chamber was a large stone platform. Atop it lay a device shaped like a wheel with glowing inscriptions circling its edges. When Aaron stepped closer, the wheel began to rotate slowly, reacting to his approach. The light it emitted grew brighter, and a soft hum filled the chamber. "This is a test," Aaron said. "The pharaoh designed it to see if we are ready for the knowledge he left behind." Mina nodded, excitement and caution in her eyes. She carefully placed her hand on the wheel. Immediately, symbols projected into the air above them, forming a glowing map. Lines connected planets, stars, and constellations. Images of ancient cities appeared, showing humans using advanced tools and working together peacefully. "The pharaoh foresaw the future," Mina said. "He wanted humans to reach higher, to explore and understand the universe." Aaron studied the symbols. "This is not just a map. It is a lesson. The pharaoh is teaching us that knowledge and cooperation can create a better world." As they examined the device, the floor beneath them shifted. Hidden panels moved aside, revealing 2 narrow passages leading deeper into the tomb. Aaron exchanged a glance with Mina. "We have a choice," he said. "The tomb is testing us again. We must decide which path to take carefully." Mina studied the inscriptions beside each passage. One path showed images of courage, bravery, and facing danger. The other depicted wisdom, patience, and careful thought. "It seems the tomb wants us to balance both," she said. Aaron nodded. "Then we must proceed with caution but remain brave. The pharaoh's tests are designed to challenge more than our strength. They challenge our hearts and minds." They chose the passage on the left, the one marked with courage. The corridor narrowed as they moved forward, the walls glowing faintly with golden light. Occasionally, small traps appeared, a swinging blade here, a sudden drop there. But each was predictable if they observed carefully and worked together. Mina guided the team, her sharp eyes noticing every detail. Aaron helped steady her when a loose stone shifted beneath her foot. "This is more than a tomb," Mina said quietly. "It's a lesson in teamwork and trust." After several minutes, they reached another chamber. This one was smaller but filled with complex mechanisms. Gears and levers lined the walls, and in the center, a pedestal held a glowing crystal that pulsed like a heartbeat. Aaron approached it cautiously, sensing that it was connected to the previous tests. He reached out and touched the crystal. Immediately, holographic images sprang to life, showing humans working with the devices from earlier chambers. They used the tools responsibly, creating energy, building cities, and exploring space. Then the images shifted, showing humans misusing the technology, machines falling apart, cities crumbling, and chaos spreading. "The pharaoh wanted to show the consequences," Aaron said. "Knowledge alone is not enough. It must be used with wisdom and responsibility." Mina studied the images closely. "This is why the tomb tests us. We must prove that we understand the importance of choices, courage, and respect." Suddenly, a low rumble shook the chamber. The crystal's light grew brighter, forming a glowing pathway toward another door. The tomb was reacting to their understanding and their careful actions. Aaron smiled. We are ready to move forward. The Pharaoh is guiding us deeper. They stepped onto the glowing path, and the tomb seemed to respond to each of their movements. It was as if the walls themselves were alive, guiding them, rewarding their teamwork and careful choices. The air was filled with a soft hum, comforting yet full of power. Mina paused to look back at the chamber they had passed. Everything here is teaching us something, she said. The Pharaoh left lessons, not just treasures. Aaron nodded. And these lessons are meant for humanity. If we learn from them, we can create a future he would be proud of. As they approached the next chamber, the glow of the crystal faded behind them, but its lessons remained in their minds. The tomb was not finished with them yet. Challenges awaited deeper inside, and the team would need courage, wisdom, and unity to uncover the Pharaoh's greatest secret. With a deep breath, Aaron led the way, their steps echoing softly in the glowing corridor. The lost Pharaoh's tomb, hidden for 3,000 years beneath the sands of Egypt, was revealing its wisdom, and the journey had only just begun. Aaron led the team into the next chamber, which was larger than any they had seen so far. The walls were covered with golden murals showing humans reaching for the stars, building great cities and working together to achieve impossible tasks. In the center of the room lay a massive sarcophagus surrounded by glowing symbols. Aaron felt a shiver run down his spine. The tomb was not only a resting place but also a vault of incredible knowledge. Mina approached cautiously, her eyes wide. This must be the heart of the tomb, she said softly. The Pharaoh's final message, his greatest secret. Aaron nodded. We have come this far and we must respect what he left behind. This is about learning, not taking. They studied the sarcophagus and the inscriptions surrounding it. The hieroglyphs glowed softly, projecting images of the Pharaoh standing before his people. He held a strange device in his hands and light seemed to flow from it, filling the sky with energy. It was unlike anything Aaron had seen, more advanced than any modern technology. This device, Aaron whispered. It could change the way we understand energy. The Pharaoh knew so much more than we ever imagined. Mina reached out toward the device, but the hologram of the Pharaoh spoke, filling the chamber with a calm and commanding voice. Those who enter my tomb must understand that knowledge comes with responsibility. Use it wisely and humanity will rise. Abuse it, and it will fall. The words filled Aaron with a sense of duty. He realized that the Pharaoh's greatest gift was not just the technology, but also the lesson that humans must grow with wisdom and care. Mina examined the glowing inscriptions closely. He is showing us a vision, she said. A vision of what humanity can become if we work together and respect knowledge. As they explored the chamber, the sarcophagus opened slightly on its own, revealing another glowing artifact inside. It was a flat, smooth tablet covered in symbols that shifted and moved, projecting images of planets, stars, and distant worlds. The team understood that this was more than a tool. It was a guide, a way to see the universe and humanity's place within it. Aaron stepped closer. The Pharaoh wanted humans to look beyond Earth, he said. To learn, explore, and create a better future. This is his vision for us, Mina nodded, and he trusted us to carry it forward. That's why he tested our courage, our wisdom, and our respect. He wanted to see if we were ready. As they examined the artifact, the tomb responded to their presence. The walls glowed brighter, and the air seemed to hum with energy. Aaron could feel the power of the Pharaoh's legacy surrounding them. It was a mixture of knowledge, morality, and advanced technology, all combined in a way that demanded careful attention and respect. Suddenly, a soft vibration ran through the floor. The tomb seemed to be alive again, signaling that their journey was not complete. Hidden panels moved aside, revealing another passage leading deeper into the tomb. Aaron and Mina exchanged determined looks. They knew that the next chamber could hold even greater secrets and that they had to proceed carefully. This is what the Pharaoh wanted, Aaron said quietly. He created a place that teaches lessons, challenges the mind, and rewards those who are responsible. We have learned much, but the final test awaits. They stepped onto the glowing pathway, moving carefully. The walls projected images of humans using the devices responsibly, generating energy, building cities, exploring space. Then the images shifted, showing humans misusing the technology, machines failing, cities collapsing, and chaos spreading. The tomb was reminding them that knowledge alone was not enough. Choices and responsibility were just as important. Mina reached out to touch the glowing tablet again. "We have to remember this," she said. "The Pharaoh left these lessons for everyone who seeks them. We must honor his intentions." Aaron nodded, feeling the weight of the responsibility. He realized that the greatest treasure of the tomb was not gold or jewels, but the knowledge, guidance, and vision the Pharaoh had left for humanity. Every test, every artifact, and every hologram was part of a larger purpose: to help humans grow, explore, and become better. As they continued through the passage, Aaron felt a sense of awe and determination. They were standing at the threshold of the Pharaoh's ultimate gift, a gift that could shape the future of humanity, if used wisely. He looked at Mina and the rest of the team. "We must be ready for what comes next," he said. "This is our responsibility now. The Pharaoh trusted us, and we cannot fail." The chamber behind them settled into silence, the glow of the artifacts dimming as if acknowledging their understanding. The tomb seemed to sense that they were prepared, and a sense of calm filled the team. They knew that the challenges ahead would test them even further, but they were ready. With steady steps, Aaron led the way toward the next chamber, determined to uncover the Pharaoh's final secrets. The lost Pharaoh's tomb, hidden for 3,000 years beneath the sands of Egypt, had revealed much. But its greatest lesson was still ahead. Humanity's potential, courage, and responsibility were about to be tested in ways they could not yet imagine. The desert sun outside blazed brightly, but inside the tomb, the light of knowledge and wisdom guided them deeper, promising revelations that could change the course of humanity forever. The passage narrowed as Aaron led the team deeper into the tomb. The golden glow from the walls illuminated intricate patterns that seemed to move with each step. Every symbol, every carving pulsed faintly, as if the tomb itself were alive and aware of their presence. The air was cooler here, carrying a faint hum that vibrated in their chests. Mina glanced at the walls, her eyes wide. "It feels like the tomb is testing us again," she said. "We are so close to the heart." "I can feel it," Aaron nodded. "The Pharaoh designed this for a reason. Every step forward is a choice. We must stay careful and true." Ahead, they saw a massive door, taller than any they had encountered. The surface was covered in symbols that glowed softly. In the center was a circular indentation, perfect for the glowing tablet they had carried from the previous chamber. Aaron realized that this was the final test. The Pharaoh had designed the tomb so that only those who could prove courage, wisdom, and respect would reach his ultimate secret. Mina stepped forward. "We must place the tablet carefully. It will judge our intentions." Aaron nodded, guiding her hand. The moment the tablet touched the indentation, the symbols on the door began to swirl and shift. Light filled the chamber, forming patterns that seemed alive, moving like a river of energy. Then the room itself began to tremble slightly. "It's working," Aaron said, his voice steady despite the tremor. "The tomb recognizes us. We are close." Suddenly, the floor beneath them shifted. A series of mechanical platforms emerged, forming a path across a wide pit. Aaron studied it carefully. "We must cross slowly. One wrong step could trigger traps or seal the tomb behind us." Mina stepped forward first, her movements careful and deliberate. Aaron followed, and the rest of the team moved in order, trusting each other completely. The platforms glowed with light under their feet, as if the tomb was acknowledging their courage and precision. At the far end, another chamber revealed itself. This one was vast, its ceiling high above, filled with golden murals of humans working with the Pharaoh's devices. In the center was a pedestal holding the final artifact, a device shaped like a sphere that pulsed with warm, radiant light. It was unlike anything they had seen. Aaron approached carefully. This must be the Pharaoh's ultimate gift, the knowledge and power he wanted humanity to have when ready. Mina studied the inscriptions around the pedestal. "It says here that only one artifact may leave the tomb. The rest must remain. The Pharaoh's tests are not about greed. They are about responsibility." Aaron nodded. "We must choose wisely. This is the greatest lesson, understanding limits and responsibility." They examined the artifact together. It responded to thought, projecting images of distant worlds, energy systems, and cities that thrived using advanced technology. It was clear that the Pharaoh's knowledge could transform humanity, but he had designed the tomb to ensure that humans used it wisely, respecting the balance between discovery and caution. Suddenly, the chamber trembled. Dust fell from the ceiling and a low hum echoed through the room. The tomb's mechanisms were responding to the prolonged exposure of its artifacts. Aaron realized that they could not take everything with them. They would have to make careful choices. Mina spoke softly. We should take only the most important artifact. The others are too powerful to remove. This is what the Pharaoh wanted, Aaron agreed. We honor him not by taking everything, but by learning, understanding, and sharing responsibly. With steady hands, they lifted the glowing sphere from its pedestal. The chamber seemed to settle, as if the tomb approved their decision. Light filled the walls, projecting images of humans using knowledge wisely, building civilizations and exploring the stars. It was a vision of the future the Pharaoh had dreamed for humanity. As they prepared to leave, the tomb began to shift. Hidden mechanisms closed behind them and the passageways resealed. The golden glow faded slightly, leaving only the guiding light of the artifact they carried. Aaron looked at Mina and the team. We have succeeded, but the journey is just beginning. What we carry is not treasure for ourselves, it is a responsibility for all of humanity. Mina smiled, feeling the weight and the honor of their discovery. The Pharaoh trusted us. Now it is up to us to use this knowledge wisely. They made their way back through the final corridors, careful and respectful, carrying only the artifact the Pharaoh allowed to leave. The tomb had tested their courage, intelligence, teamwork, and moral judgment, and they had passed. The desert outside was calm and bright, as if welcoming them back after 3,000 years of secrecy. Aaron stepped into the sunlight and looked at the horizon, the sands stretching endlessly before them. He felt a deep connection to the Pharaoh and the generations that had come before. This is only the beginning, he said. Humanity has a chance to reach higher, to learn and grow. The Pharaoh showed us what is possible. Mina joined him, holding the artifact carefully. We have to honor his legacy. We must guide humanity the way he intended. The team gathered around, feeling a sense of unity and purpose. The lost Pharaoh's tomb had revealed its ultimate lesson. Knowledge, power, and technology were gifts, but only responsibility, wisdom, and courage could turn them into a true future. As the sun rose higher over the desert, the golden sands seemed to shimmer, hiding the tomb once again. Its secrets remained protected, waiting for the next generation who would approach with the same respect and determination. Aaron knew that humanity had been given a gift beyond measure, and now it was their duty to ensure it would be used wisely. With determination and hope, they began their journey back to the world above, carrying the Pharaoh's ultimate artifact and the lessons that could shape the future of humanity forever. The desert air was warm as Aaron, Mina, and their team emerged from the tomb. The sunlight reflected off the golden sand, and the vast horizon seemed endless. The artifact they carried glowed softly, holding the knowledge and vision of a Pharaoh who had lived 3,000 years ago. Aaron felt a mixture of awe, responsibility, and hope. We did it, Mina said quietly, gazing at the artifact in her hands. We passed the tests. We have the Pharaoh's gift, Aaron nodded. But this is not the end. The tomb gave us knowledge and guidance, but now it is our duty to use it wisely. We must share it carefully, to help humanity grow, not to harm. The team made their way back to the research camp, each step filled with purpose. As they walked, they discussed what they had learned. The Pharaoh's vision was clear. Humans had the potential to achieve greatness through courage, wisdom, and cooperation. But power without responsibility could bring destruction. Once at the camp, Aaron placed the artifact on a special table designed for study. The device responded immediately, projecting holographic images of stars, planets, and advanced technology. It seemed to welcome careful observation. Mina studied the patterns of light. The Pharaoh wanted us to understand the universe, to see how humans can live in harmony with nature and with each other. This artifact is a guide, not just a tool. Aaron smiled. He left us more than technology. He left lessons. We have to remember that every choice matters. Humanity's future depends on how we use this knowledge. The team worked together to record their findings. The artifact revealed new energy systems, ways to improve agriculture, advanced communication methods, and visions of cities built with harmony and efficiency. It was clear that the Pharaoh had not only dreamed of the future, but had created a path for humans to reach it. As days passed, the team realized that the artifact's true power was not in the technology itself, but in inspiring humans to think beyond their limits. It taught that discovery, creativity, and cooperation could achieve what once seemed impossible. The Pharaoh had understood that knowledge was most valuable when combined with courage, wisdom, and morality. Aaron looked at Mina one evening as they watched the sun set over the desert. The Pharaoh trusted us to protect this knowledge. We cannot rush. We must teach, guide, and inspire carefully. Mina nodded. This is our responsibility. We are part of something much larger than ourselves. The tomb showed us what humanity can become when it chooses to rise together. Word of the discovery spread slowly at first, carefully controlled by Aaron's team. Scientists, engineers, and thinkers were brought in to study the artifact. Every observation, every experiment was done with respect for the Pharaoh's intentions. The knowledge began to transform their understanding of energy, medicine, and communication. Cities started planning for sustainable growth, and young minds were inspired to explore space and the stars. One night, Aaron stood at the edge of the desert, looking at the dunes that hid the tomb beneath them. The winds whispered softly as if carrying the Pharaoh's blessing. He realized that the greatest treasure had not been the artifact itself, but the lesson it carried. Humans could achieve greatness if they combined knowledge with responsibility and courage. Mina joined him, holding a small device that projected images of the stars above. We have started something that will grow for generations, she said. The Pharaoh's vision is becoming reality, Aaron nodded, and it will continue. Humanity has a chance to reach higher, to explore, to learn, and to protect. We are only at the beginning of this journey. The team continued to study the artifact and share its lessons. Communities began to adopt new ways of thinking, valuing cooperation and moral choices alongside knowledge. People looked to the stars with curiosity and determination, inspired by the Pharaoh's vision. The artifact became a symbol of human potential, a reminder that courage, wisdom, and responsibility could unlock greatness. Years later, Aaron watched as young explorers prepared to leave Earth to study distant planets. He thought of the tomb, hidden for 3,000 years, and the lessons it had passed to humanity. The Pharaoh had created a legacy that would guide countless generations, showing that even in ancient times, humans had the power to imagine the future. Mina joined him, smiling at the horizon. The tomb gave us more than knowledge, she said. It gave hope. It showed us that humans can rise above fear and greed and reach for the stars. Aaron took a deep breath, feeling the weight of responsibility but also a sense of pride and wonder. We are part of something greater than ourselves, he said. The Pharaoh trusted us. Humanity must live up to that trust. The desert stretched endlessly before them, hiding the tomb once again beneath its golden sands. The artifact glowed softly, carrying the Pharaoh's vision of courage, wisdom, and growth. Humanity had begun a new chapter, guided by knowledge, responsibility, and hope. Aaron smiled, knowing that the lessons of the lost Pharaoh's tomb would continue to inspire generations. The journey of discovery and growth had only just begun, and the future of humanity shone as brightly as the stars the Pharaoh had dreamed of reaching. The tomb remained hidden beneath the sands, its secrets safe, waiting for the next generation to approach with respect, courage, and wisdom. Humanity had been given a gift beyond measure, and the responsibility to honor it. The desert wind whispered softly, carrying a promise. The future was in human hands, and the stars were waiting.